Often we're given harder situations where we're required to work backwards. In essence, we're given the answer and we need to work out some of the parameters of the situation. Sometimes this is easy to do by trial and error on the calculator, and other times we need to use the formula. Let's look at an example here where we need to use the formula, but do note the questions below will sometimes require you to use the formula and other times require you to use trial and error. In a factory, a quality control system is used to check 10 items at regular intervals. If one or more of them is faulty, then the machine needs to be fixed. 88.5% of the time the machine is fine, i.e. no items are faulty in the sample. Calculate the percentage of items produced that are faulty based on these outcomes. So let's grab the information that we know and we'll use this to work out the parts that we don't know. So we're told that the number of items that we're checking each time is 10. So that's our number of trials, or n. We're told that the probability that there are no faulty items, which is the probability x equals 0, is equal to 0.885. So that means in this situation x equals 0, but we don't know what pi or p is. Now that we have this information, we're going to substitute it into this formula. So the probability that x equals 0 is 0.885. n choose x is 10 choose 0. Pi we don't know, so we'll just call it p to the power of 0. 1 minus p, and 10 minus 0 is 10. We're just going to quickly simplify this down slightly because our calculator doesn't handle choosing in the way that we're going to solve this. So 0.885, now 10 choose 0 is just 1. P to the power of 0 is also just 1. So we've got 1 times 1 times 1 minus p to the power of 10, which is just 1 minus p to the power of 10. Now we could go and solve this with 10 roots, but we can just use our calculator instead. So we grab our calculator, we come into equation, solver, and we just type in what we've got there. So 0.885 is equal to 1 minus, now I'm just going to use x instead of p, to the power of 10. Then you must remember to press the solve button, and we can see that x, or in this case p, is equal to 0.01214 to 4 significant figures. So if we were to make that a percentage like it asks us for in the question, we can say that 1.214% of the items are faulty. If you're having to use the formula like this, that does mean it is most likely to be an excellence level question. Some of the questions below you won't be able to use your graphics calculator to solve like this, and you'll have to go into the binomial mode and solve it using trial and error. Remember, the number of trials and the number of items you want cannot be decimals, as they have to be whole numbers. So if you're trying to work out one of them, trial and error is normally the best method to use.